Hello and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever heard of a company called Yolopark? What? No? Well, let me tell you. It's a Hong Kong-based company that has teamed up with Hasbro and has a license for Transformers brand. So they are making these highly detailed, beautifully sculpted and fully articulated Transformers figures like, for example, this 24-inch beast of an Optimus Prime from Bumblebee movie. I think that this is their largest project so far. Just look at this insanity. It's amazing. They also have these 10 to 12 centimeters high G1 minifigures, and now they are making a bigger 20 centimeters high line of G1 characters, naturally starting with the two leaders, Optimus and Megatron, and just recently they revealed Starscream, who looks fantastic and is now up for pre-order on their site. And so I'm telling you all of this because the guys from Yolopark were kind enough to send me one of their figures for a review. So let's open it up. And it's their AMK Pro Series G1 Optimus Prime. I love the packaging. I'm a huge fan of G1 cartoon, which I watched back in my childhood. G1 design of these characters is the one that I love the most, and that is why I'm truly excited about this. Now, I assume that this AMK in the title means a combination of the words action figure and model kit, because this actually is a model kit, but it's not a model kit in a, let's say, traditional sense. It's not like, for example, Bandai model kits, where you have to put together all of those small pieces. Yolopark AMK series is more of a build-a-figure type of kit. But instead of me just telling you all of this, let's now move to the review table and let me show you what we are dealing with here. So first, let's take a better look at the packaging. We have a nice illustration of G1 Optimus. At the top we see Optimus, Grimlock and Bumblebee, and it says Autobot. Up here it says More Than Meets the Eye, Chapter 2, because number 1 was their Megatron, Yolopark, and we have their trademark sticker, AMK Pro Series 20 centimeters model kit, and here you can see that it says diecast. So this model has some diecast parts, your standard warning for small parts, and in the right corner we have 40-year anniversary of the Transformers. On the side of the box we have Yolopark and the Transformers logo. Other side says Authentic Transformers. Back of the box shows the figure and all the included accessories, and this image here shows us which parts are die-cast, and it's these blue pieces. Also, this model kit has a light-up feature for the eyes, and so here it says that it needs one 3VCR927 non-rechargeable button battery for the head. It can only use the same or the identical battery as the recommended one. At the bottom we also have a Hasbro logo. Top of the box just has the 40th anniversary of the Transformers, and then at the bottom we again have the Transformers logo. All of this is actually a cover sleeve and we can slide it off, and underneath is another beautiful image of our G1 Optimus, and then the side of the box continues that illustration. Other side says Transformers. Back of the box is fairly simple, and the top of this box just has the Autobots logo. And here are all the pieces and parts that are included in this set. It also comes with this customer service card, and you also get instruction manual sheet, which leads you step by step through the whole build. Here are all the parts from the first tray, and here are all the parts from the second tray. So here is the Yolopark AMK Pro Series Prime fully built, and I have to say that the building process was really easy. As you saw, there's not that many small pieces, and with the instructions it will take you only a couple of minutes to put everything together. Now, does the figure feel like a model kit when you mess around with it? As someone who's built a lot of Bandai model kits in the past, I would say no. This guy feels like a standard action figure. He's not hollow or light. In fact, he has a nice weight, and that is probably because of the die-cast parts. And as we saw on the back of the box, die-cast parts are arm pieces above the elbows, windshield on the chest, upper legs, kneecaps, and toes. So the weight is spread across the body, and that also gives it stability. I should probably now address the elephant in the room. These AMK kits can't transform and roll out. They are strictly meant to represent these iconic characters in their bot mode, so if that's not your thing, that's fine. There are a lot of other transforming versions out there. But if you're someone like me who loves these G1 bot designs and you wouldn't be displaying them in alt mode even if they could transform, then these are for you. This is that recognizable G1 look from the original 80s cartoon, but Yolopark added a touch of realism with a dark wash and paint chipping. But they didn't overdo it, you know. It's subtle and it represents how Prime would look if he had the same tune design, but if he was in the real world, and I just love that. Now, as you saw in the building process, his chest can open, but the way that it's designed, it can be a bit challenging, so I would recommend that you use some kind of a tool for that. Just be careful not to damage the figure. And inside we see the matrix of leadership that is removable and nicely sculpted mechanical interior. As mentioned before, the eyes on this figure have a light up feature, and for that you will need one 3V CR927 battery or something compatible. I couldn't find it in a local store, so I had to order it from a specialized battery seller in my country, and I have a bunch of them now, but you only need one for your Prime here. The instructions said that in order to do that we need to pop off the top of the head, like that, and we push the battery inside, put this piece back on. To activate the light up feature you need to use his blaster, because there is a magnet hidden here above the handle, and so with that part we just need to touch the forehead and the eyes light up. Now there are three lighting modes here. A standard light that we see here, we touch it again and we get flashing light, and then if we touch it again we get a fading light so that we can relive our childhood trauma, you know. And then to turn it off, of course, you need to touch it again, and now the lights are off. So I must say that the light effect is really nice. If we dim the lights down a bit and then try it, the light up feature is looking even better. Now, let's check out his articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so it does have a nice range of movement. It can rotate 360, tilt side to side. It can look down this much, up this much. Even his antenna ears are articulated. There is a generous butterfly joint that has a nice range of movement. You can see how much that butterfly joint comes out and goes forward. So it doesn't give you anything moving back, but forward it goes this much. And that is enough for Prime to put his arms across his chest. Arms can move out all the way, rotate 360. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. It bends all the way, which is fantastic. Both lower arms have a panel that can open up, and you get a console, a screen for communication. There is a swivel in the wrists, and because it's a ball peg, you get a movement in all the directions. The fingers are articulated, the thumb is on a separate joint, and the index finger is separated from the rest of them. And here you have two articulation points so that the fingers can bend here and then here, and you can have him like pointing and giving orders, or you can make a fist like this. The torso has has two cuts. One is up here and the other is down here. So together with those two articulation points, he can crunch forward this much and back only slightly. In that lower cut, you get the side-to-side rotation and you get some nice side-to-side tilt. In the crotch, we have separately sculpted flaps, and so they do go out of the way and don't hinder the articulation of the legs. Even these back plates are on a hinge. Legs have a crazy drop-down joint. Look at this. Amazing. And so with that, the legs can go forward all the way and back this much. And then out all the way. There is a tie cut, so we have a swivel there. Same as what we saw with the elbows, we have a double jointed knee that bends all the way. Feet swivel a little bit. The feet move forward this much. Just be careful with this piece here. It does articulate, it does move, so it gets out of the way. And they go back this much. We have a little bit of ankle pivot and a slight bend for the toe joint. So the overall articulation on this model kit, I'm really impressed with the amount of movement that this guy brings to the table. The ab crunch could be maybe a bit better. Then again, I'm not sure how would you be able to do that with all the things going on there. And we could maybe get a bit more out of these ankles. But overall, this figure is amazing for posing. Okay, so now let's check out his accessories. As we already saw, he comes with his iconic G1 blaster. It's a really nice sculpt with some of these technical details. It is fully black, but they applied that paint chipping technique here as well. You can see it just on few spots. And same goes for the other side. Now the way for him to use this blaster is by simply connecting the handle with the hand. So you insert it like this, you peg it in the hand, and then wrap the fingers around the handle, and this is the final result. So yeah, it looks good. He also comes with Megatron transformed into his pistol mode, and I'm not sure why this accessory came with Prime. Maybe it should be more suitable for their Starscream. And the sculpt here again is really nice. All of the details on the handle, all these sculpted ridges, the scope also looks good, and then this back extension. Yeah, a really nice accessory. This back extension is removable, and so is the silencer. And this is how the gun looks without those two parts. And Prime can use that gun as well, and as you can see, there is no issues there. He also comes with his Energon X, and it's another iconic standard accessory for all Optimus figures. Down here is a ball peg, and that means that we can attach it to his arm and attach. And so now we have Prime using his axe, and again, it looks fantastic. He also comes with a so-called Energon base. It's a stand with a hexagonal base and then the arm. You get an Autobots logo that can be attached to the base of the arm. It is removable, as you can see. The base of the stand has these connecting points so that you can connect the other stands that come with their other figures. There are 3 peg holes so that you can pick and choose where will you attach the arm. It's a nice stand. It has a few points of articulation. First one is here at the base. You can rotate the arm even here at the bottom, and then in the middle at the top we have a hinge and side-to-side rotation, and then the claw also articulates so that it can grip the figure. And I also have to point out that you can unscrew this and then adjust the height of the stand, so this upper part can go even lower. Now let's compare our AMK Optimus Prime with some other figures. First, here he is with the original vintage G1 Prime that actually can transform, and just look how far we've got from this first one to now this. Even though this one doesn't transform, it is more accurate to the design in the cartoon than what we got back in the day. So I just wanted to take this shot of these two guys side by side like this. Here he is next to a few other non-transforming Transformers figures. These are Hasbro's RED G1 Optimus and Megatron, and these guys are 6-inch figures, so around 15 centimeters, while AMK here is 20 centimeters tall. Here he is with 2 more figures from that same RED line. We have G1 Soundwave and Starscream. Here he is with New Age Ratchet and Ironhide, and then I have few other third-party G1 Transformers that I found on AliExpress years ago, so I'm not sure of their name, but these are like 5-inch figures. So we have Optimus and Megatron. Megatron. And then here he is with the third-party Soundwave and Starscream. Here he is with third-party Grimlock, and finally with my original vintage Grimlock that my grandfather got me when I was a kid. To this day, this Grimlock is still with me, and you can see that one of his arms is broken, unfortunately. And so at the end, I want to say a huge thank you to the guys from Yolopark for sending me this amazing figure. I knew before from what I saw online that these model kits are fantastic, but now when I had the chance to mess around with this AMK Prime, I'm even more convinced that Yolopark is doing an amazing job with this license, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. As I already said, in this AMK Pro line they have Prime, Megatron, they also announced Nemesis Prime, and Starscream is now up for pre-order. Yeah, the link to Yolopark's online store is down in the description of this video, so if you want to get any of these figures, go check it out. And I assure you that I'm not saying all of this because I got this free sample for a review, because after seeing how amazing this Optimus is, I've decided to buy their AMK Pro Megatron to pair the two leaders, and I also bought their G1 Bumblebee mini kit. I think that he will go great with these larger figures. There you go, they got me. And reviews and posing videos for both of these guys will be on the channel as well, so stay tuned for that. I truly hope that Yolopark will continue this G1 lineup after Starscream, and I would love to see the AMK Pro Soundwave, but I'm sure they'll make him. They have to. With all the positive feedback that they are getting, it's a no-brainer. So there it is, guys, that was my review of Yolopark AMK Pro Series G1 Optimus Prime model kit with die-cast parts. This figure, with its overall look and articulation range, has earned an action display recommendation. Such an amazing figure. Of course, I will be doing a separate posing video for this guy to highlight his articulation, so stay tuned for that as well. Check out Yolopark on the link below. Share your thoughts about this figure down in the comments, because I would love to hear what you guys think. Thank you all for watching, thank you for being here, and I'll see ya in the next video. Autobots, transform and roll out! Oh wait, I can't!